Welcome back, brothers and sisters. Braden, Tim, Second Legacy, you're amazing for stopping by. And oh, do we have something so delicious for you on so many levels. This is like a recipe of food that just keeps on delivering. It's like the everlasting gobstopper, really. Because, Tim, did you hear about the dreaded incident of the burglary from the state senator in Minnesota who happens to have her hands directly all over Mom's Man Action and red flag laws? Did you hear about that story?
I haven't. I can't wait to learn more.
Oh, do I have something for you? Oh, dude, how is that for a setup, right? Well, beautiful people, if you're enjoying this content, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn the notification bell on. You are about to get your daily dose of two-way commentary mixed in with some humor and sarcasm. With that said, let's get it, Tim. There's a problem in Minnesota.
There's a lot of problems in Minnesota.
Well, this is a big one. This is a very unique one. There's lots of layers, like I said. All right, so Dr. Slides, if you could throw up the mugshot for me, that'd be great. This, beautiful people, is an actual sitting senator on the Democrat side in the state of Minnesota. Now, the only little bitty problem, Tim, is she kind of got arrested for burglarizing her mother-in-law's house. Kind of.
Well,
just a little bit.
You know, she's on the right
like
side
you
of the
do.
political aisle, so she can just go on about
Right.
business. You know,
Well, of course, just go on. Just
Give
go
me
on.
the rest.
Except this time,
No, run along.
No, this time it's a little more complicated. This is a little more convoluted. Like I said, there's layers of this for you for days. So let me provide a little bit more backstory of where she's been before. This is number 2. As you can see, she's thoroughly fluent in Mom's Demand Action. I mean, because that's really important.
So she's horny. Big deal.
Common sense gun reform. Oh, you stop it right now. It's too early for that kind of talk. Oh,
I meant like, the horny toad.
Yeah, like got horns.
Like horny
no,
toad.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Like actual got horns. No, I know what you meant. I'm with you. But you know what? I had to clarify for our viewers because some might have thought something else. But anyway, let's continue. Common sense gun reform, safer communities, Mom's Demand Action, all over the place. Yep. Mm-hmm. Well, here's number 3. Oh, look. I'm going to keep on doing it too. Oh, look. More Mom's Demand Action, proud to make our state safer from gun violence and referencing what? Extreme risk protection laws. That's going to come back to haunt her in a few seconds.
She's
number
trying
4.
to protect her constituents from her own actions.
Yes.
That's all.
Exactly. It makes total sense. And number 4, finally, to fully give you the backstory before we go forward, I'm glad Minnesota is taking gun sense steps by enacting universal background checks and extreme risk protection orders. So, extreme risk protection orders, just off the top of our head, Tim, there's a few problems constitutionally. A little bit of an issue with due process, just like 8, no big deal. But now that she's in an ethics committee, this is what her lawyer had to say. Yeah, dude, this is in the Senate of Minnesota in an ethics hearing on her actions because she was arrested and criminally charged for burglarizing her family member. This is what her lawyer had to say, and then we get to start to have some fun. Doctor, let's hit 5.
If the 4th, 5th, and 6th Amendments to the Constitution mean anything, then the senator's interests in the criminal case are more important at this particular time than any political inquiry or palace intrigue. Even asking the question, why would you now invoke the 5th Amendment, invites an answer that may require her to waive the 5th Amendment. We acknowledge that the criminal charge Senator Mitchell is facing is serious. That's why we represent her. For us, prioritizing her interests in that case is an easy decision. Now, of course, for an elected public figure, there are competing interests. But the senator is taking our advice and invoking her right to remain silent. Senator Mitchell, therefore, pleads the 5th Amendment to every single question, however innocuous or theoretically collateral it may be. I am saying it for her now, and she won't say it again for the remainder of this hearing. This is a blanket invocation. Senator Mitchell will be answering no questions, period.
No questions, Tim.
Yeah.
It's okay because she pled the 5th.
I mean, he really invoked the 4th and 5th Amendments. And this is
And 6th.
Well, yeah, but I'm talking about the 4th and 5th with regards to, red flag laws.
Don't worry. I've got them. Hey, there you go. Exactly. Don't worry. I've got them here in a second, but I'm glad you picked up on that, Tim. Isn't it weird how a gun-controlling senator on the Democrat side who pushed for extreme risk protection orders or red flag laws, which completely ignore your due process, is now invoking her 5th Amendment rights to not incriminate herself.
You
and
peasants, that Fourth and Fifth Amendment nonsense. That's not for you. That's for me. I'm special. I'm elected.
Yes,
and
that's exactly right.
We don't want you having guns, but my armed security has plenty of guns, and you don't get a Fourth and Fifth Amendment, but I do.
Exactly. You are on it, Tim.
Yeah. Gotta love these politicians.
Connect like that.
Yeah.
Don't you? And that, again, I would like to reemphasize, that's a Democrat in Minnesota.
Yeah. It's just kind of like the Democrats in the federal government when they voted for Obamacare. Then they also voted to exempt themselves and their staff from Obamacare.
It's great.
Rules for thee, not for me. Yeah.
Doesn't everyone love it?
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good. Well, let's take a little trip, Tim, together through some of the amendments in the Constitution. That Bill of Rights thing that he was invoking. 4th, 5th, and 6th, right?
Do you understand that document's coming up on 300 years of age? Like, nobody cares anymore.
It is archaic. It is archaic. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. It's not a living, breathing document that can be amended by the people. No.
No, but it's a living, breathing document they can stab in the chest and kill, which is what they're trying to do. But let's go. Come on.
Exactly.
Come on.
Exactly. If it had a chest, that's right. Let's get it. Okay. Sorry, I'm feeling the energy. I'm feeling it. This is the 6th Amendment. We're going to start the 6th and work our way back. So, Dr. Slides, if you could throw that up there. Tim, tell me at which point this sounds kind of familiar to something else that they're very advocating for. In all criminal prosecutions, the accused shall enjoy the right to a speedy and public trial by an impartial jury of the state and district wherein the crime shall have been committed, which district shall have been previously ascertained by law, and to be informed by the nature and cause of the accusation, to be confronted with the witnesses against him, to have compulsory process for obtaining witnesses in his favor, and have the assistance of counsel for his defense. Tim, I may have missed it, but I think red flag laws don't have that.
No, red flag laws, basically, somebody can go to a judge without you even knowing about it. So that kind of does away with the whole confronting the witness against them and having an attorney representing you in such a proceeding. They can go to the judge and say, hey, I know I'm going through a divorce with this person, but he's really dangerous and he has guns and I'm scared. And then the judge can go, okay, sounds good to me. Let's go ahead and take those guns and then we'll just make you prove that you're not a threat to yourself or somebody else. So now you're guilty until you prove yourself innocent. And so, that's kind of a violation there, isn't it? Yeah,
that's kind of a problem. But it's okay for her, though. It's okay because the Moms Demand Action affiliated Democrat in the Senate who just voted for extreme arrest protection laws, the 6th Amendment is gold. She's money. But that wouldn't be a story, Tim, if I didn't continue. Let's go to the 5th one. This is number 7, Dr. Slides. I'm going to skip right to the end here. Let's see here. Nor shall be compelled in any criminal case to be a witness against himself, nor be deprived of life, liberty, or property without due process of law. Nor shall private property be taken for public use without just compensation. Red flag laws didn't do good on that one either.
That's sticky. And it's really sticky when you read it and take it literally because it says bear witness against himself, and she's she.
Oh my
so goodness. It doesn't apply to females. Right. It's only for males.
It doesn't. So what was she thinking?
I mean, our founders weren't aware of ze, them, they, them, type of pronouns just yet. It's true. So maybe they have something. Maybe these documents are useless these days. I don't know.
Yeah, that's true.
That's sarcasm, folks. That's sarcasm.
Oh no, that's sarcasm. That sarcasm broke.
It's so unbelievable. Yet again, like the 4th, 5th, and now the 6th. is the fact that they take these amendments, which are like the cornerstones of our freedom, right? To make sure that it's a check and a balance against a government that might become tyrannical and try to just imprison you for nonsensical BS made up reasons. And so that's why we have these protections. And when they just throw them away for you, but then they go, hey, well, no, actually they apply to me, just not you and your rights. They're making a mockery of the entire system. And this is why
100%.
This is why it is so imperative that we get constitutionally minded representatives, constitutionally minded people, even your sheriff in your local county. This is critical because these people, the people on the far left, just apply the rules as they see fit for their particular, political agenda. And so it's just disgusting. And the fact that people aren't just coming up in arms about this, that our politicians and stuff like that seem to think that they play by a different set of rules, or that the rules apply to them or don't apply to them, but they do apply to us. That's a major problem in a democracy. and which is another thing that I can go off on a
Democracy.
rip about, which we don't have a democracy
not.
because if four out of five people
Okay.
vote to rape the fifth person, the fifth person gets raped. That's democracy. We don't have a democracy. Anyway,
I tried to pull it back. I tried to get it away from that.
I had to.
I tried to like yank the wheel really fast.
Between that and communism, they're going to set me off.
There's something's going to go. It's either the false accusation of democracy or just commies. I get it. No, I understand. It's a situation. We work around it. It's like we do our best. Well, Tim, I've got one more for you.
Okay.
This is the fourth. So I think we're 0 for 2 so far, right? For red flag laws?
Yeah.
Well, this is number 8, Doctor. Yeah, let's go with the fourth. The right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures shall not be violated, and no warrant shall issue but upon probable cause, supported by oath or affirmation, and particularly describing the place to be searched and the persons or things to be seized.
Yeah.
Secure in their houses and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures. Wow, I think we're 0 for 3 on red flag laws, of which this Moms Demand Action Democrat senator in Minnesota just invoked.
Yeah, when you take the 4th, 5th, and 6th Amendments and you apply them all together, you take a look at them all together, they just go right down the line. Like, we're just going to go ahead and take your stuff. Yeah, we got a court order, but then, oh, wait, there's that 5th and 6th Amendment where you didn't get to face your accuser. Oh, shucks, this is getting muddy.
Yeah.
Crazy. But hey, she's going to invoke the 4th, 5th, 6th, and whatever amendments. And just kind of like, the Biden administration wants to take your guns away, but when his son gets jammed up on gun charges, now Bruin comes into effect. And the Second Amendment
Bruin's the best.
Yeah, and we didn't like Bruin. We fought against it, and we want to take your guns. But my son Hunter has a right to own guns under Bruin and the Second Amendment.
That's true.
Can't. So they want to take your rights, but when they get hit with those same charges, all of a sudden, no, I have protections.
No, we've all got due process. Hey, you want to know, speaking of due process, first of all, I just want to say that she has been removed of all of her committee assignments and the Democratic caucus meetings. So she's gotten a little bit of a
little bit of blowback.
Can't do that. A little bit of blowback in her ethics committee conversation.
Yeah.
But here's the last thing I'm going to show you. I'm just going to jump right to the end because I think the payoff on this is just nauseating. This is number 12, Dr. Slides. Listen to this, Tim. Democrats have previously argued to allow for due process before taking action. Did they?
Well,
hot dog.
They can't make
That's
up
weird.
Their pointy little headed minds, can they? They're just all over the place.
No.
You get due process. You
okay
don't. You don't. You have privilege.
Exactly.
No process for you. But
Exactly.
Yeah.
You don't like that rules for thee but not for me thing?
No, it just kind of flies in the face of democracy.
Democracy.
I'm so sick of hearing them say that. You see, the Republicans don't like
the
democracy.
election's
You see? Sweetie, we don't have a
Don't worry,
democracy.
the election's almost over.
It's like, yeah.
The election's almost over. We're not going to hear about it again. Then it's going to become Trump evil, Orange Man bad again, and Republican bad, and Marjorie Taylor Greene evil, and Republican been co-opted, and the world's going to end because we care so much about the Republican Party. You know, the whole media shtick.
Yeah. That's always.
But anyway, that's another thing for the future.
Right, for the future, for the children. Well,
For the children and the future.
we gotta protect the future and the children. All right. Well, anyway, folks. There you go. Another dose of hypocrisy coming from leadership. Never seems to happen, does it? It's so out of the ordinary. Not. Anyway, thanks for watching Second Legacy, and we'll talk to you guys soon.